See, today is the alert because of the strong wind. There was such information around, but you see, over there is my bike and there are chimneys on the place that was former Auschwitz III Monowitz chemical works of the Buna, IG Farben, BASF, AGFA, such German companies. They were active even after war. Okay, but what was the reason to go there? After finishing sightseeing of Schindler's Factory, I decided, in fact, simple go by bike. Look at this, such a beautiful bike path. From the European Union money is to make the such plain route, but it's not the whole stage is the such simple plain. There was a lot of zigzag and gravel paths against the wind, and of course flies on the way. You see the red sunset. It's about 5:30 p.m. and barking dogs. And Auschwitz is not only museum. Look at this. There's like a zone of interest all around the staying people, and like in the film of Mr. Glazer. The zone of interest, people living in the shade of extinguished chimneys. You see chimneys of the former crematoria. Look at this, that place, Auschwitz III, is not visited by tourists. They all going only to Auschwitz I, that is the famous gate, Arbeit macht frei, work brings freedom, and to Auschwitz, to Birkenau, 3 kilometers away. That was the other 4 crematoria and gas chambers. Over 1 million people were killed there. That's why today, in the such special day of Passion of Christ, I decided to do such stage on the bike, 90 kilometers cycling from Kraków to along the Vistula River. You see over there is the river Vistula. In one moment we're going a little bit by bike, but it's the very strong wind. Today is the alert of the wind. And Harriet, big thanks. Thank you for sharing information about the live stream, very important live stream from Auschwitz. You see the chimneys of the former, on that place was the former Buna Werke and IG Farben. They were employed, that was just the force to work, of course, Jews around the world, but also Polish workers. And now there are chemical works company Synthos. You see over there the little like from the Spielberg film objects, but they are the for the chemical, and here burn plastic. There's the steel. Moment, this is something disconnected. That is the still the recycling place, and in the future they're going to build there. Look at this such reddish sunset. They're going to build a nuclear power plant. That is the new plant for the small nuclear power plants around Poland, and in Auschwitz there should be next. Yes, that is only such general information about that place. I tell you in few words how looked the tour. That was the testing tour for the future e-bike tours. That I think on the e-bike is feasible to done the such stage. 90 kilometers, Kraków, Auschwitz. As you see, I'm just alone. I met only one friendly biker that showed me the proper way, and just emptiness. Maybe all preparing food for the Eastern. Today is a very special day. Sorry for the wind, but today is alert of the wind, and I had to cycle against the wind, as you see. Okay, and such the place that the chimneys are in the city Oświęcim. And Oświęcim is the name of the city, now over 40,000 townspeople. And Auschwitz-Birkenau is the museum. Museum is like a separate, you see, like a new zone of interest. The interest of tourists, they're going only to Auschwitz, and such people. Oh, look at this! Oh, such. We've got a little safari. Look at these wild animals. The deers. You see that there over there? Oh, you see that the small wild animals, or the deer? Yes, I think the small. But they afraid of me. That's why they want to jump. Yes, that is the Vistula River along. But soon in the Oświęcim town, Soła River joins the Vistula, and that the Sola River was going for the mountains. And of course, in the film Zone of Interest is the such accent that the human ashes were putting into the river, and Commandant Rudolf Höss from Auschwitz, they took a bath with family and suddenly discovered any human bone inside of the river. That's why we say in the film they used the replica. There was the not original house of Commandant, but the house of Commandant now staying people there. They close the camp. I don't go to Auschwitz 1 or 2 to the standard. Second time on the virtual tour, I do such streaming only from the area of the Auschwitz, not the place is like a Mecca or Taj Mahal, all going to only to museum. That is always for me was very special to get the feeling how people live close such horrible place, and how they go. For instance, children, they got the chance to study in Kraków or working in the museum Auschwitz as the guides. For instance, they have to learn languages, of course. And that is such a view on the small village Bobrek. On the way, there were 40 sub-camps, and there were different branches. There was, of course, power station. There was the production of shoes or carpets, but the carpets made of the human hair. In Goleschau, for instance, from there the Oskar Schindler saved 200 Jews. And farming, of course, farming. They use the human ashes as the fertilizer for fields. And on the other side, you see a lot of wetland along the Vistula River. Now you see much better the river Vistula. Excellent. Oh, it's perfect. The YouTube is much more merciful, because on the TikTok they could block me if I just cycling and filming, but I'm going very slow pace, like a grandfather pace on the bike. It's very safe, and as you see, I'm just alone. As I don't know the people afraid of the alert of the wind and all staying at home. This is such a matter that. But I think internet, any information about from internet and media, if they say, oh, stay at home, after COVID we are all just, we follow just information media. That's just the people immediately staying because they're afraid that this is too dangerous. Okay, that is such, you could ask any questions about the Auschwitz. Of course, Auschwitz was almost 5 years, 4 crematoria and gas chambers, over 1 million people killed, mainly Jews, over 1 million, but over 150,000 Poles and 25,000 even Germans, Austrians, and other nations around Europe. According to the final solution in the Wannsee Conference 20 January 1942, there was the final solution of the Jewish question. There was the plan of the killing over 11 million European Jews. Such plan was in the Wannsee Conference. That's why the Rudolf Hess, following orders. And interesting, I tell you only some interesting facts about the end of the war. For me, is that such gap very interesting. The Krakow was liberated on the 18th January 1945, and there was the gap over 10 days. Then Red Army moved the direction Auschwitz. Maybe they thought there's nothing, no one is alive there in the barracks because the Germans started the death marches. But I think that was the matter with that factory is interesting. The Russians sent the experts from taking the machines from the chemical works because it was the production of synthetic petrol and Bunawerke and the chemicals, and they look deep to Russia and then on the time Soviet Union. And yes, I tell you soon of the Pilecki. And that is the interesting matter. Soviet side, they wanted to get the secret of such production of the chemical works. The IG Farben was relocated to Frankfurt am Main, and the 2 years after war they used the stamp with the word Auschwitz. They got the steel. That is for me the shocking. After Second World War, 2 years was common use in the West Germany. Such a stamp with the word Auschwitz. Now about Pilecki. Thank you, Krzysztof, as I say. Exactly, I want today alive some experience of the Polish hero officer Pilecki. Witold Pilecki. He was of course, tried to organize resistance in Auschwitz. Oh, look at this, such beautiful chapel, but it's the upside down Polish flag, red and white. That's a joke. There's, I think, it's not coincidence, just they put upside down Polish flag. That's just jokey thing. First time I see. It's like a little, it's not proper. We have to put the flag. It's because it's like a Monaco, another country. Look at this, there's the Holy Mary. But there's no swimming in Soa or Wisła. Not because the ashes also, but this is not recommended. And Witold Pilecki was the volunteer to die. Is the famous book. He tried to organize resistance in Auschwitz, but there was the Home Army with the government in London and government, of course, created by Joseph Stalin. And was infeasible to collaborate. Also, just infeasible. And he worked in bakery at the edge of town. There's exactly over there. You see now the town Oświęcim. We got cycling a little bit, and then you see the chimneys very close, and there's the town Oświęcim. And just over there was the bakery, and at night he organized escaping, very clever, and he getting to the river Wisła, and they could miss the traces of the dogs, and then with the little boat and running along the Vistula to Alvernia. In the monastery Alvernia, in that area, you got the such support of Polish people, and then over 100 kilometers along Vistula, escaping to Bochnia. That was the long 1 month escaping of Witold Pilecki. That was such incredible, fear, because look at this, if you met any person, then you have to trust him. You have to think, oh, that is such that person is that he wouldn't kill you or he wouldn't denounce you. That's the important. Denunciation was the such like a biggest problem. But then we getting to the bridge. You see over Wisła. The Soa River exactly over left side. There's the joining Vistula River. And we are in the busy way that hundreds of buses going with tourists to Auschwitz. But no one even think about the alive distance between the Krakow and Auschwitz, 90 kilometers by bike, as you see. I'm cycling now, this is such as you see. And In one moment I show you also the sub-camp of Auschwitz. Is the excellent weather because of strong wind. Is the still alert about the danger and people they alert say stay at home, don't go out. But you know, my passion to perform. Oh, this first biker is coming over. It's only one biker. I saw the first bike after 50 minutes cycling. That's a such coincidence. And have a look. Now we see the sub-camp, the former sub-camp Libiąż and Janina coal mine. We are in the coal region. You know, it's very rich region in coal. And you see, look at this. I zooming over there. You see the towers. That was the Libiąż Janina sub-camp of Auschwitz. And prisoners every day had to walk or they were later transport between the main camp and that sub-camp. That was the distance from here. That's about the 15 kilometers, Janina. And there's this Silesia. Yes. Stupid selfies. Okay, I suppose there may be any spam appeared. You know, I published my commemorating tour from Krakow Ghetto to Monument Blaszów, and that started discussion. For instance, the people say now the ghetto is in Palestine, so that's the very. But write any comments. Just I expect a discussion, of course, no problem. But you know, in the such time like Eastern time, we have to do something special. For me, was the such, you know, from feelings, for then what I think. After guided tour at the Schindler's Factory, just with bike, beautiful weather, I decided to cycle to Oświęcim. Of course, I'm coming back by train. I'm not so strong that by night cycling. Look at this at the such magic sunset. Sometimes pictures speaks more than my talking. Or you see the lorry going and the truck. But okay, but I try to get a little closer, that maybe you see the tourist buses getting after sightseeing Auschwitz. Yes, that's why we are just at the route that tourists by bus they're going about 1 hour 15 minutes to Kraków. But you can go also by train. By train is the special. On my TikTok I put the short impression from the railway station Oświęcim, and you could see much more. Maybe any short also on the YouTube. Sorry, because the battery on iPhone is so you know, weak, and slowly I've got the slowly 20%. That's why I would live stream and show you more, but I didn't take a power bank. All best wishes to you. Thank you for sharing, for any support. Virtual cup of coffee, always appreciated. As you see, I try to show different corners of Poland, not only Kraków. That's why now we are after 90 kilometers cycling by bike in just Oświęcim town, but also Auschwitz Museum, State Museum. Okay, all the best to you and yours. Big thanks. From Krakow, this is by bike 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours. This is such maybe asphalt, such tarmac. That's 3.5 hours. Big thanks and all the best to you and yours. Happy Eastern time. Bye bye.